houses out here in Atlanta, for the children I was going to visit. And again, it's just kind of not everybody. It just, some that the elves say, you need to congratulate them because they're doing a great job, or you need to help us give him a little bit of improvement so he can get his toys for Christmas. And so I would just fly out there, and I'd land out there, and in their yard, and go in and see them. And so, but what began to happen as Atlanta began growing, and they built that loop around here, and then that 400, and all going up.
Spaghetti Junction.
You got more and more traffic. And so when I would start coming in, of course, we'd come in a little bit slower, when I'm coming in for houses and stuff like that, and planes and, birds and geese when you're coming up Lanier. So you got to watch out for all those. And so parents would see me, and they'd say, in their car, they'd say, is that a sleigh? Is that Santa and Rudolph? And they would stop the cars in the middle of 400 and get out, and just traffic would begin. Traffic's bad enough around here as it is. Can you imagine when everybody's getting out of their car? It's kind of like, I understand you had some jets that came over here earlier this year, and after all the COVID stuff started hitting, and it created kind of a lot of congestion and all. When everybody pulled over to the side to get out and look at it, well, it was the same way when I used to fly over here. And so the mayor at that time came to me and said, Santa, can we do something about this? And so he got together with my elves, and they decided they would, since all the runways at the airport go east and west. And I told the mayor, I said, well, I hate to come in on a runway and it takes time, because we're going just north and south, typically when we're taking off and coming in. And they said, okay, Santa, we'll build you a special runway, and we'll call it One North. And so it's just grass. It's not even paved or anything. We don't need paved. We land on roofs. Come on.
Oh, wow.
but what's really neat? And Rudolph, who brought me, he loves it, because what they have. We have for our runway, grass. And you know what we don't have at the North Pole? Grass. And in fact, what they have to do to get something green like grass up there? Well, there's a plant, and do y'all ever go to the botanical gardens?
I've had one.
Yeah, well, they actually have some there. It's a plant from the North Pole area. It's called lichen. And what the reindeer do, whether they're my reindeer or the wild ones, they dig down through the snow. And they can just tell, like it's smell or whatever it is, that there's lichen down there. And they'll dig down, and it's a little plant. It's not very big, but they eat that, and they love it. And so that's usually that's usually one of the main diets, particularly for the ones that are wild. But we do other things. We have special feed and all for our reindeer, but that's what they have there. And so grass is like a luxury, though. We don't get a lot of grass, so they love. Rudolph loves coming down here just to nibble on the grass. And so they gave me that little red car that I came in over here. That's the one that's in your driveway.
Is that a rental car, Santa?
Well, it's an airport car, and they kind of fixed it up. They put some stickers on there, and they put that it's an official from the North Pole.
Wow!
They know that it's there, and so they did that, and that was real nice. And so I appreciate that. And so I could drive around to the ones I'm going to visit on the list, and we'll head back this evening to the airport, and then we'll be taking off. And if it's clear, a lot of times, if you look up in the sky, and it'll probably be 8:30 or so, you may see a red nose going across the sky. And so that'll be Rudolph and I.
We'll have to look.